First, we did it first. We did it first. First, we did it first. We did it first.
So Frank Martin, the ghost, you know what I'm saying? He calls out Devin, the Dream Haney, man. And Devin responds and says, Frank Martin is old. He's supposed to call everybody out. As to say, yo, you're an old timer in the sport. You ain't got much time left. But yeah, Frank Martin had a late start and all of that shit. So I mean, I think Frank Martin's a great fighter, dude. I think he's a good fighter. Very calculated. He called out Tank one time. What fight was it that he called out Tank? He called out Shakur and Tank. He called them all out. Gotta respect Frank Martin, man. Frank Martin is growing on me, man, because he's a low-key brother. He's real low-key. He kind of gives me Errol Spence mannerisms, man, in a sense. But how does Frank Martin do against Dev? Good fight. Devin could get knocked out in that fight. He can. He could possibly get knocked out in that fight. I think Frank Martin will knock Devin out before Tank will. I know y'all, oh man, Tank be sleeping niggas, he with the power. Nah, that's not what I mean. I think Frank Martin, and listen, not to take nothing away from Tank's skill set, because Tank is dope. I just don't like a lot of things, how they moving him, the shit that he say, a lot of the backpedaling and all that, but he can be patient when he wants to, but I think Frank Martin is a little bit more poised. He's a little bit more, I think he's more calculated. Tank is calculated in his own sense, but I look at Frank Martin, it's different. It's a different kind of calculation when it comes to Frank Martin, man. And I think a person that's not as aggressive as Tank is a person that's gonna probably give Dev the most problems, because Dev is gonna expect you to be aggressive and make a mistake or jab your head off or something like that. I don't think that'll be the case most of that fight with Frank Martin. But do I have Frank Martin definitely beating Devin? I don't know. I would have to watch more of Devin and Frank Martin so I could better gauge it. I don't think I can really gauge it like that yet. I see like another 2 more fights. I see a Loma fight, and whoever Dev fight next, and maybe 2 more Frank Martin fights, and then I'll come up with a conclusion. Right now, I don't know. I think it's a toss-up. Dev jab is fucking horrific, man. His jab is a nightmare for most boxers, for a lot of boxers. So Frank Martin got a good jab too. Frank Martin is dope, man. I like Frank Martin, man. So a lot of people look at it like Dev was trying to, that's a low-key duck, because he was just like, well, he's old. No, maybe you can look at it that way. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have brought up his age or none of that. I would have just said, yeah, Frank Martin want to smoke, he'd get it too. That's what I would have said. But I don't mean Dev definitely be ducking, but just that could be perceived as a duck, as like trying to deflect. Like a lot of fighters do that. You can even say Shakur did that one time. I think they were talking about O'Shaquie Forster, and I think Shakur kind of was like, yo, they gotta make sense or some shit like that. And even Shakur sometimes, he be saying that. Like, Shakur be confusing me, man, sometimes. I love him, but he be confusing me. Sometimes he's like, yo, I'm with it. I want it with anybody. And then in the same sentence, he'll be like, as long as the money is looking right. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I always felt funny about the money looking right thing in boxing, man. I'm like, what does that mean, bro? I mean, you gonna make money anyway. Everybody know who you are, whether you fight a low-key fighter or a big fighter. Of course, you're gonna make more with the more popular fighters, but you still making more money than the average motherfucker, even if you don't fight them. So when they say the money is right, I'm like, bro, that should only apply. I mean, you could kind of try to apply that to like when you fighting a popular fighter, like try to maximize how much you get out of that fight. But when it comes to a regular dude or somebody coming up, that if you confident in your ability, fuck that. Spark him, knock him back down the ladder, and get a nice bag while you do it. That's how I see it. You know, but shout out to Dev, shout out to Frank Martin for calling them out. It's be interesting to see what their next moves is. But anyway, this your boy Rebel Light Boxing. Hope you like the video. Drop a comment. I'll catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.